What is up, people? It is MeMonster58. Welcome back to another video review. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Venin, otherwise known as Venom, because I believe, if I had to guess correctly, the reason they couldn't name him Venom is because of Marvel conflict, if I had to say, right? So, but this is the true leader of the Insecticons. I don't think he ever appeared in the cartoon, but when I was looking at the figures that they were revealing for the next wave of Age of the Primes, I was like, this guy looks really cool, and he would look pretty cool on my display if I decide to put him there. So I decided to get him. I have no connection to the character besides knowing that he is technically the true leader of the Insecticons and that he looks pretty cool and that he had like a G1 toy and stuff like that. But taking a look at the box here, you can see the very nice Transformers Age of the Primes. You can see the very nice Venin right there. You can see the Transformers in 17 steps. The very nice artwork there of Venom, both in his robot mode as well as in his insect mode, his cicada mode. Then take a look on the side, you can see some more nice artwork of Venin, and then more nice artwork here of the 13 Primes as well, Transformers Age of the Primes, Deluxe Class as well. You can see that right there on the bottom, and then you can see your obligatory product shots on the back. This guy looks really, really cool, and that was the reason why I decided to pick him up. And so, when it comes to the box, I think Hasbro usually kills it with the packaging, and so without further ado, alrighty, folks, here we have the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Venin, aka Venom, in his cicada mode and out of the box. And I gotta say, you guys, this guy looks really, really cool. I really do like how the cicada mode looks overall. But what we're gonna do first is we're gonna take a look at the accessories because I have them plugged in here on their side. So you do have this nice gun, and this does look pretty cool. You can see the very nice molded in detail here. Very nice green color that matches the rest of his body. Overall, nothing too crazy. But then you get this little axe bit as well here, and this looks pretty cool. Some very nice molded in detail there. It looks very nice. And then you have the 5mm here, 5mm here, and then you have pegs on either side of the cicada mode, so you can plug these in just like so, like that, and then you can store this like so. Now you can also combine both of these, and then the barrel of the gun will become a handle for the axe, and then you can plug that in like so, and then you can wield the axe like so. Either way doesn't really matter in my opinion. I don't think it really cares, just whatever your personal preference is. But cool that you can combine both of these, and I actually prefer to have the axe instead of just the gun and the individual axe. I don't know, I just like how that looks a bit better. But taking a look at the cicada mode itself, it actually looks really solid. You can see some nice detail here on the head and throughout the body as well. It looks really cool. I really do like how the front looks. I'm a big fan of that. I really do like the green as well. Very nice and accurate. You can see the very nice green here on the top with the molded in Decepticon logo, or the Decepticon logo right there. The very nice gray detailing here as well. The clear and transparent wings. Now, I know that this is clear plastic, but at the end of the day, there's not really that many moving parts with this, and so these really aren't moving besides doing this. And so because of that, I am not really mad that this looks like this. It actually looks really cool, and I really do like, you can see all that molded in detail on the actual wings. Those look really cool. The orange also looks really nice, and he's really clean in his cicada mode. There's really nothing that really stands out. Maybe when you're looking at the G1 toy, sure, this little bit here above his head is a bit more covered rather than this green exposed joint, but overall it does look really good, and I'm a pretty big fan of how this guy looks overall in his insect cicada mode. So I think when it comes to his alt mode, he looks absolutely fantastic. And so without further ado, folks, we're going to do our usual thing, and we're going to set this guy off to the side, and we are going to do our size comparisons. So, folks, first things first, here he is with the Transformers Legacy United Infernac Universe Deluxe Class Magnus. As you can see, an average deluxe size, so you can see that he is about the same size as Magnus. He does take about the same amount of space as he does. Sure, he's a bit wider because of his legs, but overall, when it comes to the actual regular, when it comes to their vehicle modes and their alt modes, these two are about the same size, and so Venom fulfills that deluxe class very well. Alrighty, folks, and here he is with the Transformers Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime. As you can see, these two also look very nice together. Optimus Prime, being a Voyager-sized leader, is obviously going to be a bit bigger, and he is a little bit bigger, but not too much bigger, but he does have a decent size increase over Venom here, but they still do look very nice with one another. And overall, when it comes to the sizing, this does look very nice and solid. I have no complaints with, again, the sizing of Venom himself. Alrighty, folks, and it's time to get into the transformation. When it comes to the transformation for this guy, it's simple, but there's actually a couple of small things that this figure does that are really interesting. Now, there's a couple of things that it does interesting, but also kind of detract a little bit. Not necessarily in terms of the transformation, but moving things around, and you'll see what I mean. And it does compromise a little bit of the robot mode, but let's get into it. So first things first, you can take these wings and you can move them up like so. And I just like to sort of get them out of the way. You can rotate them up like this. Then what I like to do, these will become his arms. You can take these and you can rotate them out. They're in there a bit tight, but you can pull them out and rotate them out like so. Then we're going to do the same on this side as well. Just take this, come on, pull that out, rotate it up and around like so. Then what you're going to want to do, you can take the head and untab it and then sort of accordion it. It's on a double joint here, so just keep it up like this. Then you can take the what will become the top of Venin's head, and then you can just push that up and snap it into place like so. Then from here, we can come down to the bottom of the figure. You can rotate these out and then sort of rotate them around like this. Then we'll take the legs and then we can split them like so, like that. Then I like to come here to the back, and I like to actually fan the cicada legs up just to get them out of the way. It gives you more room. Then flip this around. Then you'll push this like so. Then you can rotate this all the way around like so. Then fold this down and then fold the toe out. Do the same thing here. So again, from the back, do this. Rotate that. Rotate this all the way around. Then you're going to come here to the front. You're going to fold the foot. Then you're going to fold the toe out. Then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to probably zoom out here a little bit. Let's see. We're at that. You can see a little bit of my desk there, but not a big deal. Then from here, what we're going to do is we are going to push these. Well, actually, don't push them to the back yet. Take the one set of legs and push them down. Then you can take the wings and you can fold them here like so, and then sort of rotate them a bit up like this, because this is how he actually appears. Then you can fold the cicada legs down a little bit, sort of get them out of the way, but also give him a little bit of his actual, look that he had. Then take his arms, and what you're going to want to do is pull them out, and this is the part I was thinking that's cool, is they're usually pushed in like this. You pull them out, and they'll kind of snap right into place. Same on this side. Yeah, just pull it out fully, be a little bit there. And then what you can do here is you can accordion each of the arms like so. Then you can fold the fist out, rotate this down like so. Do the same thing, so you accordion that down. Then you rotate the fist, which, damn it, this is the only part that this came off like literally last night when I was messing around with them. Then you rotate this around, rotate it down, take the head, push that down like so. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here we have the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Venin, aka Venom, in his robot mode. And so, guys, when it comes to his robot mode, when I'm looking at pictures of this guy online, from the art to the G1 toy and stuff like that, this guy looks really, really cool. I really like my favorite part about this figure is the very unique head design. And so we're going to take a look at that right now. It's very unique, completely different to any of the other Insecticons. Looks really, really nice. That cool visor, the very unique head shape with the cicada eyes on the side, and then that green horn. It just looks really cool. And then that detail from the Decepticon logo carries here with all this gray detail as well. The nice green, more nice detail here in the chest. You can see the transparent clear plastic here in the chest that matches these wings. Then you can see some very nice detail going across the arms. These look pretty good. Going on here into the crotch, and I really do like the look of how the legs are as well. All these segmented bits look really, really sick. You have the nice black to sort of help give it more color separation, break up all that bright orange. Nice green as well with these little bit of details there on the knees. You can see the very nice details on the knees look really, really solid. And this guy cleans up pretty well, all things considered. And although the wings look like they're in a weird spot, at the end of the day, this is how he actually looked in the art and stuff, and in the not in the show. This is how he looked, and despite the fact that this is accurate, I will say this does compromise him just a little bit. What I'll say here is there's a lot of kibble here on the back, and because of that, that means everything kind of bumps into everything, and because everything bumps into everything, this guy doesn't, it's not that he's not badly articulated, he's actually quite well articulated. The issue is all the kibble, and because of the way that his design is as a character, it means that in a figure form, everything kind of just bumps into everything, like I said, and it makes moving him around a little bit annoying. And so what you can see here is that the arms will never fully go to his side, just due to the fact that, especially if you want the wings a little bit more up like that, it pushes the arms out, and you can never have him like fully just have his arms down to his side without, touching the wings and everything like that. Like I said, although it completes his look, it does compromise that. And when you're trying to rotate stuff around, I mean, all these legs will get in the way, the wings will get in the way, and so you'll see in the articulation, despite the fact that he's quite well articulated, all this kibble does mean his functionality is a little bit compromised. But overall, when it comes to the looks of the figure, I think he represents his character that we've seen very, very well, and I just really like how he looks. The green, the orange, the colors all just pop, and they are really, really cool, especially with that very unique head shape. The one thing I did forget to show you is the integration of the accessories. So what we're going to do is you can see you can just hold his gun like that, and then you can hold the axe end like so, but just by pulling them into the hands as well, like you can see there. But like I said, what you can do is you can take these and unpeg these, and then what you're going to want to do is whichever way you feel is appropriate. I like to do it this way. You can then take this, which is also a 5mm size, and then you can just plug this into his hand, and then now he has a little axe, and so that's pretty cool. So when it comes to the accessories and everything like that, that's how they're integrated into the robot mode. You can technically store it on the back as well, so you can store the gun. If you also do and flip the axe like so, you can store this on the back like so. You have that little 5mm there, and then you can store it like so. So that's some nice storage as well. It does look a little bit weird on the back, but overall, it is nice to have that storage. You can obviously do it the other way around if you wish to do so as well. You can plug it in like that, and then that's more out of the way. So overall, you can store it in robot mode. It does look a bit funky, but it's hidden decently well, especially with all the kibble. So overall, when it comes to the accessories, they integrate very nicely into his robot mode. Nothing too crazy, nothing spectacular, but just how you would normally expect it. Alrighty guys, sorry about this, but I'm actually recording this after I've recorded the review because I realized, hey, I'm an idiot and I forgot to do the size comparisons in robot mode, and so what we're going to do is that exactly. So we're going to set Venin or Venom off to the side there. Here he is with the Transformers Legacy United and Furnak Universe Deluxe Class Magnus. As you can see, these two are relatively well-sized with one another. As you can see, when it comes to the Deluxe Class size, that Venin/Venom is obviously an average Deluxe Class size, and I have nothing to complain about when it comes to that front. And finally, here he is with the Transformers Earthrise, the Leader Class Optimus Prime. As you can see, Optimus Prime being more of a Voyager class figure, or a massive deluxe, but more or less a Voyager class figure. These two scale quite well together, and I think that these two look fantastic. Again, Venin/Venom being an average deluxe size, I have no complaints about it. Alrighty guys, and now it's time for the articulation. When it comes to the articulation, this is where I was telling you earlier, like, he's solidly articulated. The only issue is all the kibble. So, the head is on like a swivel on the bottom, and then you have this extra joint for transformation, so you can actually get some decent down, you get some really good up, if you count that, and then you can do a full 360 as well, and then the horn on the top is also articulated a little bit for transformation as well. So you have that. The arms can do a full 360, but again, you have to move some crap around to be able to do that, but you can get the full 360 like so. The arms are rotation here at the upper part of the bicep. You have 90-degree bend at the elbow. No wrist articulation though. The other bit is that the hollow bits kind of suck, but overall that doesn't look too bad. Full waist articulation, which is nice. You can give me a sec. You can kick forward, you can kick back, but again, all this junk kind of bumps into it. And then there goes the gun. More than 90 at the knee, which is really, really nice. Then you have a rotation in the upper part of the thigh, and then you have some wicked ankle rocker pivots, so you can actually get the splits with this guy. We'll just set that off to the side for now, but you can get some wicked splits with this guy because of how his ankles are. So let's see if we can do that. So yeah, you can see splits are really good. And the other thing that I'll mention here in the articulation section is that his joints feel really good. They all feel very tight. There's nothing that feels loose. Everything feels just tight enough to where it's, reasonable enough to be solid, but it's not loose enough to the point where it's flopping all over the place. So that's really, really good. Alrighty guys, and now it's time to get into the reverse transformation, which is just as simple as honestly getting him into his robot mode. Maybe just a little more frustrating when you're trying to do the arms part, but overall nothing too bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the axe and set that off to the side here. We're going to straighten them all out like so. And what I like to do is you can take the arms and straighten them out like so to the sides, and then what I like to do is fold these out, and then you can rotate them around, sort of get them out of the way like so, and I like to fold them up just to, again, get them out of the way. Then what you're going to want to do is come down here, come up here to the neck, and I already had it up like that, but you can accordion it up like so, then you can fold the horn down as well. Then we'll come down here to the legs. What you're going to want to do is fold the toes in, rotate this part around, and then you're going to want to accordion them like so, or rotate them like so, rotate them around like so, and then you want to fold them in on themselves like that. Do the same thing here. Rotate it all the way around like this, fold it in on itself like this. Now to do this, I've been learning this trick. I've been doing this trick. So what I like to do is I like to peg them in first, fold this part with the peg down, and then fold the second part where the peg is supposed to peg in down the second part, and then you can get this way easier than before. Then I like to take the legs, and you can start to just push them down just to get them out of the way, and then we will reorganize these when we get into cicada mode. So from here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to rotate the arms so that they are like this. So I can rotate them so that these bits are like facing the front, and then I like to rotate them around so that the arms are facing like this, so you can see that the fists are on the side. Then you can fold the fists in like so. Then you're going to want to accordion this. Now this joint's pretty tight, but you can accordion this and then push it down like so. Do the same thing here. So accordion this like so. We'll fold the fist down first. That's my bad. Then accordion it, then push it down like so. Then what you're going to want to do is come here, and you can see, like I showed you earlier in the transformation, you want to push these in. Like, come on. Like, hey, push in. There you go. Push that in like so. Then from here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fold these in. Now, these get in pretty tight, but you can fold them in like so. The arms. Make sure they're all squeezed like that. Then what you see is that there are two little tabs here on the wings. That there are two little sort of friction tabs here on the sides. Just want to fold those down, get those lined up, put those in there. Then you're going to want to take the head. You're going to want to, so you can see that there are two tabs there, and that there are two tab holes on the back of the head. Just want to fold those down like this. Snap those into place. Then you can take the legs, spread those out like so. Just get them all nice and neat. Make sure everything is in place. And then what I like to do is you can then take the gun, and then I like to take the gun. You can plug it in on the side here, like that, and then take the axe bit, plug it in on the side here. And ladies and gentlemen, here we have the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Venin, aka Venom, back in his cicada mode. And so guys, for my final concluding thoughts on the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Venin, aka Venom, this guy is really, really cool. And when we're talking about like the Insecticons, I think he's so unique that he stands out extremely well. And as the true leader of the Insecticons, it's nice to see an Insecticon that really just screams like, hey, I'm the leader, or screams basically, hey, I'm the unique one. Now, he does have his other teammates, which are Ransack and Chop Shop, I believe. I don't have those figures on me. I might end up picking them up someday to complete the full collection, but for the most part, I think I'm pretty happy with Venom here. But overall, what does this figure not do well? Mainly, the issue that I have with this figure is just a little bit of the hollowness, particularly in the legs, as well as the forearms. But in addition to that, it's really the articulation that's more or less hampered by the kibbliness of him. Now, that's sort of boils down to his actual design, so I'm not going to knock him off too much on that, but I will say that that is certainly something that is a bit annoying, especially because you can't get the arms to fully just kind of sit at his sides. They kind of just bump into where his wings want to go on his back, and so that's a little bit annoying. But overall, what does this figure do well? The cicada mode looks fantastic, very well painted, looks very nice despite that little exposed green joint that you can see on the head. The transformation is very simple. But it gets the job done, but it also has like a little bit of a cool factor with that sliding gimmick that you get with his arms. The accessories are pretty nice. You get a gun, you get an axe bit, and then you can combine them both. When you get to his robot mode, it looks fantastic. Such a unique head design. It is very well articulated for the most part. Again, the only issue I have with that is the kibbliness of it. Then the transformation back to his cicada mode is just as simple. Just sometimes stuffing the arms into their slots and then sliding the arms. It can be a little bit frustrating, but overall, this is a really solid release. And so out of a 10, I'm going to absolutely give this guy an 8, and I would highly recommend picking this guy up because I think he's just really unique, really cool, especially if you have Ransack and you have Chop Shop, and I think there's one more Insecticon, right? When you get those guys, it's really nice to have all of them together and to have all the Insecticons together. It's really, really cool to see that. And so I did pick mine up on the Big Bad Toy Store, so leave a link in the description to that. Also leave links down below to Hasbro Pulse, as well as Amazon if you wish to take a look at those retailers instead of Big Bad Toy Store. In addition to that, because I got this guy in the mail, I assume that he should be hitting retailers relatively soon, so definitely keep your eye out on your local Walmarts, Targets, whatever local retailers that you buy Transformers from. Definitely be on the lookout because I assume this guy will be hitting store shelves not too long after this review is released, and so if not already right now. And so I think that's really it. So I thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Also follow me on the socials. Those will be linked in the description below. And with that, guys, once again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video review, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.